Good to see you guys again. And everybody, welcome to our October or fall 2025 O Scale Catalog Show. We're going to be debuting the latest Atlas O catalog. There's a PDF online. Go to shop.atlasrr.com. Did I get that right? I always mess it up.
That's right. That's right.
You'll find the PDF, and you can follow along with our little presentation here. We'll go through what's in the book, talk about some new stuff, and take any questions that might come up, and go from there. Does that sound good, guys?
Sounds great. Oh, yeah.
All righty. Well, I'm just going to kick this thing over, and we can roll. All righty. So then the catalog's got a cool looking locomotive, brand new paint scheme out from Union Pacific. We'll talk about that soon. And there's a ton of new things in here. A couple of things I want to touch on before we get to the products. This particular page right here, we've got some kind of shortcuts so you can see the new items that are in here, the new models. Only one paint scheme for each is represented, but gives you a little bit different view from previous catalog releases. And then we'll jump into the actual products from there. And the first one up is the cover shot, not the cover shot, the cover model, the SD70M. And let's take a close look at that, guys. There's 6 or 7 paint schemes that we've got, including a special announcement. So I'll let you guys run with the first one that comes up here. And tell us about it. Tell us about the paint scheme and what we're representing.
All right. So first one off is the Canadian National, which is basically SD70M rebuild. They're called SD70ACCs.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Alphabet soup.
Yeah. So a modernized SD70 basically. And you see the nice little Indigenous peoples honorary logo that Canadian National is doing in a lot of their new modern units. And that's something that you've seen 2023 onwards. So this is like this CN unit right here is for ultra modern guys. And of course, Canadian National isn't just limited to Canada anymore. They come down into Illinois, all the way down to Louisiana, straight down the central US.
Yeah.
So,
nice touch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know, you can use this locomotive on pretty much any layouts. You know, these Canadian railroads operate so much within the United States now as well.
And with the recent merger of Canadian Pacific and KCS, now even more. So different things. Yeah. All right. Next up, Florida Gulf and Atlantic.
Florida Gulf and Atlantic is a cool one. This is a former, I believe, CSX unit, and actually it runs on former CSX trackage down in the Gulf. They basically goes right along the Panhandle, hence Florida Gulf and Atlantic. It's a cool little railroad, lots of cool new power, and I love their paint scheme, red, white, and blue, and of course the palm trees and the logo. It's a nice little touch for the Southeast.
Yeah, indeed, it's a cool scheme. Nice.
Yeah,
Lake State Railway's up next. What's that about?
I like that.
And Lake State surprised us with a bunch of repaints actually on their SD70Ms, but this is the first one we saw released, and this is their Pierre Marquette heritage unit. Most of their trackage is former CNO Pierre Marquette trackage up there in Michigan. So it's really cool of Lake State to do a nice little Pierre Marquette heritage unit scheme.
Very well done.
It's very tasteful. Looks like classic Pierre Marquette CNO style.
Yeah, 50s.
So next up, Susie Q. Only you guys really aren't calling it that, or I should say you are. Never mind, I'm on the wrong one.
You can call it, Susquehanna, New York Susquehanna, NS, SW, Susie Q.
Yeah.
Yellow Jacket.
Yeah, Yellow Jacket.
Yeah, we love our Susquehanna up here. This runs through our backyard. Yeah. You know, a couple of towns over is where their most southern point is on their system. So yeah, we always have to include Susquehanna if we have a chance. And we were tempted with the first run of these SD70s and second Atlas offering. Here we are offering it.
It's a good looking piece. Yep, for sure.
Yeah, it's a beautiful paint scheme.
And Norfolk Southern, can't go wrong here.
And Norfolk Southern,
tried and true.
And interestingly enough, these NS SD70Ms came from the New York Susquehanna.
Oh, and look at this one.
There's the most prevalent one, and you could
I backed up, and I'm back through again. There we go.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
So that NS unit with the horse head. NS had these later in life. And there we are with probably the most, the biggest release in this catalog, the Abraham Lincoln unit. Union Pacific had a nice surprise for all of us this summer with this paint scheme. This unit got to tour around the U.S. a little bit already.
Yeah, went with the big boy, had his press releases.
It's quite a celebrity, this
pretty
unit.
Cool, yeah.
And
So
Eric,
is it running with the big boy? Because I haven't seen it in any of the videos.
Yeah, let me add that to the stage for a second.
I think it ran with the big boy for like a hot second, and they had pretty good splash of publicity with this one.
Yeah, and we could see the Union Pacific PR photo on the page right there. It's a really sharp engine, a lot of gold. I love the Abraham Lincoln
his face
photograph on the corner.
It's real reminiscent of the engines of that era where they kind of had artwork on the side of them and caricatures and whatnot. It's a really well done locomotive, some cool colors, a lot very, very different than the typical UP engine.
I believe the gold and maroon were based off his funeral car.
I think so.
So it was so very tasteful by Union Pacific. That was cool.
Cool. Yeah.
All right, Eric. Thank you.
And then
speaking of Union Pacific,
yeah,
their most modern paint scheme they have. A lot of you folks in the Midwest, West Coast, you'll see these Union Pacific engines with the flag is no longer on the center of the long hood because the engine would basically melt the paint or the decal off.
That's the hottest part of the locomotive.
Yeah,
right?
so now Union Pacific put their company name in the middle, and they moved the American flag to the nose of the locomotive where it's nice and cool, and it won't get distorted and faded.
Yeah,
it's not very patriotic when you start melting the flag on your.
That's not what you want to do.
Not ideal. So kudos.
UP next to NS in this catalog. Suspicious. Yeah.
All right, this next piece is a surprise for both us and the community, I think. Talk about this, guys.
Oh man, look at that thing.
And this is the first time I'm seeing this rendering. Good job, Andy.
That's pretty sweet.
So Lake State, I spoke on it before. They have their Pierre Marquette Heritage Unit, and now they have a unit to celebrate America's 250th birthday next year. The semi-quinquennial,
something or other. It's America's 250, and they're cranking out some really epic paint schemes.
They are, and it's not just Lake State. A lot of railroads are,
Lake State's on the ball, man.
This is a really sharp engine.
They're on the ball.
We saw this, Lake State released this Tuesday morning, I believe, and we saw it on our Facebook feed, and we're like, oh man, we got to add this to our SD70M run, and it is a really, really cool looking unit.
Yep, Matt called me up and he goes, you ready to do a live stream? I said, what day? He said, Thursday, 2:00. I said, I'm good for that. And then he goes, oh, by the way, we need to do another paint scheme and get the artwork done and the imagery done. You think you can handle that? And I appreciate the heads up. That was nice of you. And we did manage to get it done, and I'm pretty pleased with it. This is really a cool scheme, and to have turned this around in 48 hours, I don't think we're production ready yet, but it's pretty cool. And it, as the guy said, it's the beginning of a ton of different 250th anniversary schemes that the railroads are going to be doing. There's a lot of creativity going on in the model railroad community with folks doing schemes based on this, but I think you're going to see a lot of railroads do a 250th. This is just one of many to come, I am sure.
I hope so. Yeah, it's awesome seeing what these railroads are cranking out.
It's kind of like a recreation of 76, all the different paint schemes, all different railroads. They're different iterations, some new, some kind of hot takes on their own scheme. So it's pretty impressive so far.
Yeah, for sure indeed. Okay, so that'll take us to another locomotive, the Premier GP30, as we page through the catalog. Yeah, and this is another piece that is very popular amongst folks. Tell us about this, guys.
This the GP30 is back with a vengeance. So we put this, what was it, 2 catalogs ago or 1 catalog ago?
I want to say last fall.
Yeah, it's last fall, I believe. Yep.
And there were some schemes that were they're pretty cool in there, but we said, why don't we spice it up with some ditch lights, some modern stuff, so the older modelers are happy and the newer modelers, because these engines are a part of that older EMD, like you can't kill them kind of vibe. They're always around. So speaking on that, we have a BNSF, which is the H4.
Yeah.
Did I count that? Yeah. H4. So that is a lovely scheme, the pumpkin orange, and it looks
still active
cool.
to this day.
Yeah, still units. To this day. You
can't beat a Class 1 railroad operating
Jeep 30s.
beat
it. You can't beat it.
Yeah.
With ditch lights. With front and rear ditch lights.
So that's we had a lot of dealers talk to us from the first offering. They wanted more Jeep modern runs. So this is an addition to the last fall's offering.
Exactly. That's right.
And they'll all be done at once. Is that the idea?
Yeah.
Build them all at once.
Yeah.
Yep. We're going to build them all at once. So it's going to go into the existing orders, and it should be like next spring.
And it's going to be one epic container of just GP30s.
Yes.
GP30 madness, some say.
So this is dedicated to our modern guys who requested modern GP30s.
Yeah. So we have nickel plate next, but it's actually the Cincinnati Scenic Railway, which they have two of these things that they painted in nickel plate colors with ditch lights. So it's really cool. And again, you can go ride these things to this day. You can go to the dinner train on them, and very popular engines. A lot of photographs of these. So they're pretty impressive.
I have a question. The nickel plate livery is obviously quite prevalent on this particular scheme. Where does it say Scenic Railway, Cincinnati Scenic Railway? Anywhere?
I don't think it actually says it on the engine, but that's where it runs, is the Cincinnati Scenic.
Yep.
And it's former nickel plate.
Yeah, and it's a former nickel plate trackage, so it's a good homage.
These Jeeps are also former nickel plate Jeeps.
Yeah. So it's a lot going on there.
Right. Is it a new number, or is it an existing nickel plate number?
That's a good question.
Oh,
that is a great question as well, but I believe
that could be a York tidbit. I'm pretty sure it's the same numbers.
I think it is the same numbers. I think it's the original nickel.
But you know what? Find out at York when I get a nice piece of paper with that answer on
it. Didn't mean to stump you. My apologies.
But there's two of them. That I can tell you.
Yes. Yeah, there are two.
But in that same vein, the Indiana and Ohio front and rear ditch lights. This is kind of that 80s, 90s. Like if you look at the scheme, it's flashy. It's got white. Like who puts whites on engine? Like that's crazy.
This is one of my favorite GP30 schemes. I think
it's that and the Great Miami. So that whole area there. But these were very, very common in freight service in that region. That was just what they used.
They were workhorses. Yeah.
It's a good looking scheme.
Yeah, limited. There were some high hoods and short hoods, but we're doing the short hoods in this one. They look pretty cool, so we're pretty excited to bring these.
Yeah.
And then for the people that are looking kind of to the past a little bit, N&W did have chop nose GP30s, so we decided to put those in there. These do not have ditch lights, but they are chop nose GP30s in black, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're actually a former nickel plate.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things that we should point out is the models that do have ditch lights are referenced that way in the catalog, so you'll see them in the PDF. They have ditch lights. They're listed as being equipped with ditch lights, including whether they're on the front and rear or both.
Yep. Yeah, we made sure to be really clear on that because there are some engines that are intermingled and that don't have them, so we want to make sure that if you want ditch lights, you know what you're buying.
Yeah.
But speaking of ditch lights, front and rear, Raritan Central number 5. This is kind of a backyard hero of ours. Another Jeep 30.
Yeah, this is
a Jeep 30M actually. Ha, Andy, stumped you there. But this is a cool engine that's occasionally used. I think they kind of moved on to like Jeep 38s and whatnot. Jeep 15s.
They have Jeep 15s on the property now, but I think we have a cool shot from the Raritan Central themselves. Eric, if you don't mind just putting that shot on the stage real fast for us. Yep. That one you're over.
There it is. Raritan Central number 5. So awesome engine. I like it.
Really cool. It doesn't have a lot like logos going on, but it's a cool looking unit.
And we always joke, it's funny, like a modern engine like that with a single digit number is so odd.
Yeah, you rarely see
It's just an oddity. This whole thing, like it works in Raritan Center. It just, pushes cars around, pulls them, and it's been doing that ever since. It's pretty cool.
I think our New Jersey 3-railers are going to have a blast with this.
I sure hope so.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
Yep. Well, there's a lot of them. We see them at the Greenberg show a lot.
Yep, for sure. All
Forest
right,
Fair.
so up next, this is a cool thing right here. Let's talk about this.
This is very cool. Speaking of our America's 250th
highly requested engine,
Wheeling Lake and Erie.
And
kind enough
also, there's one other thing while this intro rolls, the collector series. So that's an important thing to mention and discuss as well.
So this is important to note because this is unlike some other locomotives that we announced. This is a one-time release only. So if you're a Wheeling Lake and Erie fan and you want to have this locomotive, get on.
This is the only time that we are going to do this locomotive right here, right now. Get your orders for it. I think I got pretty much an email every 10 minutes when we got like a little teaser photo of the long hood of this thing. Like if you want it, jump on the pre-orders. We're really happy to do it, but we're just going to do it once. So enjoy.
Yep,
incentive to order it now. And it is a really pretty scheme.
And we did debate making it a golden spike only engine, but we didn't. So you're welcome.
Kept it available for dealers everywhere. Dealers want to order, extras for their shop, go for it. And we do have a prototype picture from the Railroad's Facebook page.
Yep, from the Wheeling Lake area themselves. Right when it came out of the shop, lovely paint scheme. This is probably one of my favorite ones so far. It's just really flashy. It's so cool.
Gotta love a ST40-2.
Very tasteful.
Red, white, and blue.
Yeah.
When did it come out?
Like early this year, I think.
I want to say like the beginning of summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it, they have some really cool details, like a brass bell on it and the air horns. It's like a crazy Leslie, like super honking horn or something.
Yeah, they have like a highly polished brass bell on it.
And a painted horn on there, like different color. Amazing altogether scheme that they thought of themselves. And it's just really cool. And it's out there in freight service right now.
And I heard even the number boards have raised lettering.
Yeah, and they're different.
It's like 3D.
Yeah,
it's cool.
It's like old school. So a lot of good touches. And that's what we were saying before. Like a lot of these America 250 engines, they're very stylized for the heritage that they run on and the railroad and whatnot. And this is a prime example of it.
Yeah, it's really cool seeing these railroads have, fun with this. And
that's really neat looking. No doubt about it.
Yeah. All right, Eric. Thank you.
Oh, man, look at that. You even put a polished brass bell.
Yeah.
Wow. We didn't even read that. That's great.
Yep.
Good job, guys.
I only know that because Andy asked the question while making the artwork.
Yeah.
He said, Cody, do you want to spec a brass bell? And Cody's like, yeah.
I only knew that because I looked at the pictures and I'm like, that's not black.
That's a real brass bell. Somebody put a lot of effort into that.
Yeah.
Okay. You're right. It was. All right. MP15. Now, this goes back a ways for Atlas. This is a lot of history, right?
This is a Atlas master model and something we've been trying to release for a while now. We actually had it queued up for the springtime, but we're trying to, get DCS in there, and we finally worked with our supplier where they could fit Proto 3 inside of this locomotive for us.
Yeah. So. Really cool schemes on this. This is an engine with DCS. This is a master engine with DCS following suit.
And upgraded with ditch lights for the first time, too.
Epic.
Yeah. So
it's got to have ditch lights on an MP15.
But ironically, even though BNSF is a modern railroad and they never put ditch lights in their MP15s.
Really?
They were strictly in yard service.
That's odd.
And
the whole point was road service for these. Well, like mixed use, but
that's EMD's point. But Burlington and BNSF, they kept these as yard critters. So if you're asking why, that's how the real BNSF MP15s are.
I would ask why. Thank you for addressing that. I'm glad.
So that's not a typo.
I only read these catalogs to know where the ditch lights are.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Now, what about Norfolk Southern? Does it got ditch lights?
Oh yeah. It's got ditch lights and it has that. Is that a muffler? Like a weird muffler on that thing.
It's got
so strange.
Yeah.
Why did it's just a box?
I don't know what it did.
It's just weird. So with the EMD switchers, you didn't have the twin stacks with nothing, right? Mm-hmm. And then you have this big muffler NS. They had those, and then we did this in HO. I think we did this in N, right? Did we have these? And they all have that variation.
In every scale, we have the stack variations.
So this one has ditch lights and the stack variation. in the tried and true NS black and white. So pretty cool.
Yeah,
indeed. Reading and Northern is up next.
There we go. Yeah, we like that one.
That's yeah.
But speaking of road service, though, like they use that thing on like whatever train it needs to go. That can do like a yard train at 10 miles an hour. It can be screaming by at 50 miles an hour.
And I believe they got 4 of them.
Yeah.
Right. So yeah, or
if not more. I
think there's 4. It's an HO. We did 3 numbers, and I wanted the 4th number. I was like, oh, I got it. Yeah. So, yep. Reading Northern. They all, everybody like, if you're on the Northeast, you visit the Reading Northern just because they have cool old EMD power, and we always like offering them when we can.
And where else do you see switchers on a road train? That is so not common.
Yep. And even with their classy, green and yellow paint scheme, homage to the Reading company. Mm-hmm. We love the Reading Northern here.
Epic.
And what else we got, Andy?
Conrail.
I believe Southern is up next. Or Conrail, sorry. Got it in the wrong order.
There it is.
Conrail.
No ditch lights.
No ditch lights in Conrail, but cool nonetheless. And Conrail got these from the Reading. And Conrail only held on to them for a little while before they sold them to General. Like they sold them back to EMD for leasing.
Well, yeah, they have like the road trucks on them, and
and Conrail kept these on the Reading territory the whole time they had them. Too.
Yeah, they're Southern. That's interesting.
Neat. Southern ordered. They were a big buyer. Mopac and Southern ordered the most MP15s.
MP15s and GP15s
because they had a lot of
weird.
Yeah. And now Class 1s, they don't want to order any switchers at all because they don't want to do road service.
Right.
Yeah.
The competitor to this was the SW 1500. Like it was different, even though they were kind of the same. So pretty cool.
Yeah. The SW was more for high traction, and this was more for smooth rides and local road jobs and stuff like that.
Neat. There we go. UP, which we have on the table actually.
We do, and we have
red sill.
The red sill. Yeah. And now we have the yellow sill paint scheme, and the difference.
That's right, fans. If you have the red sill, you're gonna have to go get a yellow sill. Now.
Yellow sill is like 2008 plus.
Whoa!
And
with ditch lights.
With ditch lights, as yellow sill would have, and UP still holds on to these MP15s.
Can't beat them.
No. Do we have one more, Andy?
Well, maybe.
There we go.
Hold on. At the stage. Okay, there we go. There
it is.
I'll let you talk about it. You fought hard for this one.
Me?
Yeah.
I just like it because it's red, white, and blue. It goes with the theme. I like matching. And if I'm going to go and, look in this beautiful catalog and say, whoa, man, there's an SD40-2 in red, white, and blue. I really, really wanted an MP15. And look, they have one.
Now I'm thinking about it. There's 3 like red bicentennial like schemes on here.
It's like a theme.
Yep, it is. So this is another one of the Atlas Collector Series models. So one time only, right, guys?
One time only. Jump on it.
Yeah, this is a really cool one. But this is actually the bicentennial, so 1976.
Yeah, this is a true bicentennial.
Yeah, so it goes back to the theme. But a really important fact with these engines, right? So they have ditch lights. They have DCS, but there is no smoke in these things.
No smoke because right where the DCS board sits is right underneath the smokestacks.
Yeah, so we just want to note there is no smoke with these, but all the other features that you come to love with the locomotives with DCS, it has that.
It does. How to make a sound.
Yep.
I haven't seen that anybody asked that in the comments yet, but I'm sure that they would have. So
I would have asked. Yeah.
All right, so now we're going to move on to some rolling stock, I believe. And,
my.
It looks like first up will be, actually, I wanted to stop and pause on this because this is a little different for the catalogs as well. A little bit of historical background, kind of telling what you guys do in terms of the market research for authenticity of cars. So it's a good little read for folks to get an idea of the background level that we go through, right?
Yeah. So this is kind of something we thought up. We have catalog meetings before we announce catalogs, and during our catalog meetings, all our R&D guys, and myself included, we get a little bit long-winded with our descriptions of the paint schemes we produced. So some of our boss Jared was like, you know what, you guys are so good during these catalog meetings with descriptions and info on the paint schemes. Why don't you share a little bit in the catalogs? And that's kind of how the behind the paint schemes little section we have here came about. And it's really nice. So all us railroad guys are into history, and this gives a history of the car and the paint scheme, and it's interesting. It's a good read for you guys. And I personally didn't know much about the Tropicana orange juice cars without reefers on them. I was like, why would Tropicana have cars with no reefers? Well, we did a little, digging, and it's for Tropicana's can service.
That's really cool.
Yeah, a lot of little tidbits and history in here for you guys to learn about these prototypes, like the T-Box and Tenneco cab. Just a little bit about the companies, and more than you would get from looking at pictures.
Yeah, and it's a good reflection on the level of attention that Atlas is famous for in terms of the product line development and whatnot. You guys have such a good reputation to that, and this is a good example of that level and what goes through the process of developing a product line and a catalog and so forth. I mean, there's some pieces in here that definitely deviate away from authenticity. We'll see them later, but the point is that Atlas has a great reputation for that, and I think it's a good way to illustrate that with this spread here in this book, and something you guys hadn't done before that I can recall. So good on you guys for doing that.
Yeah, thank you. I think it's really interesting, and it's it gives you incentive to look at the catalog a little bit more as well.
At the very least, it's light reading material.
Yeah. We would call it toilet reading material.
Well, you could.
But now everybody's got smartphones, and we don't.
Be on your phone too.
We don't drag paper into the bathroom anymore as we used to.
All right, so now we're up to some rolling stock, starting with Premier and the O-Scale test car.
Oh yeah,
scale test cars. This is
what is a scale test car? Everybody's got to know.
Scale test car is basically a pre-weighted car that the railroad knows the exact weight of this car, and they bring it to scales around their system. So, let's say there's a grain company that has their own scale. The railroad will bring this car along to calibrate that scale.
A predetermined weight. There's no brake shoes on this, so it would ride on the back of a train. Because that would affect the weight of it, and they'd put it on the scale, and if it read right, golden. If it didn't, they would calibrate the scale to the same weight as the car.
So fine tuning for scales along, their branches and roads, and
it's a pretty wacky looking car.
It is. But it serves a good purpose, and almost every major Class 1 railroad had these.
And the picture in the catalog might actually be the same size as the car itself.
It's not a very big car. There's no doubt about that.
It's not a very big car, but it's an essential car, especially if you are, you're a chassis guy. It's a nice little piece of equipment you could put by, your locomotive shed or your.
Right. It's almost like the trailer is it's more than, just the train. If you want to complete the scene, if you have a yard.
It's a scene piece, really. Yeah. It's and speaking of scene piece, the chassis doesn't have it, but the next one that we'll look at does. The signs that hang on these cars, we're actually going to produce.
With the text, cool. Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Some had unique
This is the second time you guys have made this car, right? You did it back in 2021, I believe. One of the first items that you built using MTH tooling that you acquired, if I recall. And when MTH did these, they didn't do the signs, and you didn't in the first run, and now you are. And I think that's just a wonderful addition.
Yeah. So the first time around, we showed the signs, and our factory said, "Oh, that's pretty difficult to make." And then this time around, we knew about it, and we worked with their factory. We explained to them how to make they're going to be etched metal signs and a little etched metal wrapping to hold the sign in place. So we taught them how to do it, and they agreed to make it. So we're really pleased to offer these cars with the signs, because it's more prototypical. It's just cool, and it's going to have the little printing that you see on there on the sign.
Their unique instructions and whatnot.
Yeah, and each railroad had different instructions on their signs. So we really have to search for high-res photos of these cars to get these right.
Yeah, and they're not the flashiest car, but they had a job, and they did their job well.
They did.
It's pretty cool.
And if I saw my railroad, I'd snatch it up, because
I think NS still has one.
They do. They got like the old Conrail ones.
There's an old Conrail one. So they're around. They're still around today, but pretty neat things. Oh, and 3-rail only to note. 3-rail only.
Yeah, neat stuff. Let's see. Last one named UP. This one's got a lot of lettering on it. It's kind of cool looking.
Yeah, nice little two-tone. I like the UP one.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
The walkways are that have black accents.
Nice.
Yeah, it is nice. Good job on that. That's exciting. All right, so from there we're going to venture over to another Premier car, and this is also another rerun of the Premier Coalporter, right? You did those once before, if I recall.
Yeah, we had one run of these before, and this is our second offering.
Yeah, really popular cars. If you're running freight, you gotta have a Coalporter.
Now, why do they call it a Coalporter? Besides hauling coal, what makes it different from another hopper?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Oh man, I stumped you guys again.
No, wait. So hold on. So what makes it different? So the normal hoppers discharge from the bottom. So they actually have like flaps that open that the coal comes down. These cars are unique. So instead of the flaps in the bottom, they use that space for additional capacity. So the only way to unload these is to physically turn them upside down. Huh?
That's correct. Yeah.
Good answer. Coal, is that a coal tipple? Is that what we call that device?
Yeah, a coal tipple, or that's what makes these super unique, and they have like rotary couplers and stuff. But they turn upside down, and is a really freaky kind of thing to see a big 100-ton hopper.
You can see that on some of these cars is where they're grabbed and turned around. We actually put on the paint schemes because that's how they look in real life. The area where the coal tipple grabs them and flips them over wears down on the aluminum sides. So if the car is painted black, the raw aluminum shows through where that makes contact with the coal tipple.
Yeah, interesting.
So yeah, they're very neat cars.
Yeah.
So we got BNSF and
BNSF, huge operator of Coalporters.
Yeah.
I think BNSF has multiple schemes. We went with the H4 swoosh.
It would match your GP30. And then we have Conrail, which is like the typical, to me, that's a typical Conrail hopper scheme. Is it like that brown-ish?
Yeah.
Or oxide. It's nice.
And that little red sticker that you see near the top cord of the car, I never knew this, but that is actually like a little promo for the metal, like the reinforced aluminum used to make that car.
Okay. I was going to ask that question, but I didn't want to stump you again.
We were ready for it.
We studied.
And then what I was just speaking about with the coal tipples, you can see that little silver streak near the top cord. That's where the coal tipple would grab the car and hold it while it tips it over.
Or it would rest.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah.
I've seen coal tipples and all, like they're all different.
And they get beat up.
Yeah.
What's a First Security Bank National? Why is that a Coalporter?
This is a Coalporter thanks to America's monopoly rules. So First Security Bank National will lease these cars to either the power company or to Union Pacific, because railroads basically have a rule of how many rail cars they can own before they're deemed a monopoly. So these lease cars, when you see lease cars on the road and it's not railroad owned car, that means a railroad or a private owner is leasing that car. So they don't have to buy more cars and they don't break their monopoly rule.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, enter the third party. Yeah.
Yep. Third party leasing is huge in American railroading.
Even locomotives now too.
Yeah.
All right, good answer.
I think
so it's a necessary blah data car that if you're running these UP cars or these BNSF cars, these plain Jane leaser cars are mixed in between.
Oh yeah.
And Norfolk Southern, another huge operator of Coalporters, the Virginias. It's nothing but
all the east. Yeah.
Yeah.
Appalachia.
All of Appalachia that they operate over, tons of coal. And this is one of their most modern paint schemes, the Horsehead.
And we have Reading and Northern. This is one of the various types of coal cars they run, but we went the Coalporter for obvious reasons.
And then this one is, the graphic there gives it the illusion that's a little beat up. These Coalporters that the Reading Northern bought came from Pennsylvania Light and Power, and then they just painted it up for Reading and Northern. But you can see like areas of aluminum and rebuilt structure on there that is still from the previous owner, like the yellow end.
Yeah.
Which the color ends on these cars marks the rotary coupler, which basically is a coupler that turns 360 when they put it in the flipper.
So you spin the car itself.
Yeah. So that yellow end that's a giveaway that this car came from Pennsylvania Light and Power, because all Pennsylvania Light and Power coal cars have yellow ends. Little tidbit.
Yeah, good to know. Last scheme up. Union Pacific.
Oh yeah.
And
I was just going to say, one thing we haven't touched on is we're listing the car numbers, and each one of these comes with 2 different car numbers, and also 4 car sets with 4 different numbers. So 6 different numbers altogether. Is that right? Or is there 8? Are we doing 2 4-car sets?
There's 8, and you can actually go up to 10 if you buy the 2 standalone cars.
Yep.
So up to 10 road numbers you can order, and once you get to 10 road numbers, you can repeat it in your unit train.
You know what they say about coal cars, right? You can't just have one.
You need multiple coal cars.
That doesn't make sense.
So that's why we did 2 4-packs for you guys, so you can have, buy 4 and 4.
So that's right.
2 individual cars, making up. You can potentially have up to 10 different road numbers.
Out of the box, you get one big manifest.
You can.
Huge.
Good job.
Huge.
That's cool. That's cool.
Lots of numbers.
So one more premier car, I believe, and this one, I think we did these before.
Yep.
Log dump cars.
The first premier cars we did back in 2021.
These are pretty cool.
So these cars will actually dump the load using a uncoupling or an operating track section, including those from Atlas and other companies, right?
Yep, that's correct. And then it comes with logs to load your car, and then as it dumps, one side of it will fold down, and it'll dump the logs to the side like they do in real life.
Yeah, we got a picture of that in here once we get through the scheme. So we're doing 4 car numbers each.
That's
correct.
4 car numbers each. Typically, log dump cars in the real world were kind of plain Jane. They were just a tried and true utilitarian type car. So the unique twist on these is that they're more of the colorful slides that we remember from all these different logging railroads, which they all did have really unique color schemes.
And I like this thought process of this run using lumber companies as the road names. So like Amador Central is a big logging company, and they have a very cool logo as well.
Amazing. And they all had cool logos actually. So, but I like that blue. It's a really cool car.
Yeah. And even like the railroad road names are railroads that operated with lumber.
Like the Bangor Stick, my personal favorite of the entire run.
Yeah.
And it has the really cool, like modern bar logo with the waves and stuff. It's pretty cool for you nerds out there. Thank you. New England.
People.
It's the best type of England, New England. Like the chowder.
Burlington Northern, so another railroad.
Yeah,
and another
Cascade Green, baby.
All their territory, tons of logging and lumber
in the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, it's huge industry.
Huge. So very believable for Burlington Northern layout to have a log car.
Yeah.
Now, is this a lumber company or is this a railroad?
This is a lumber company coming up.
Chehalis Western, they did have a railroad arm, though.
They had their own railroad as well.
But this is a lumber company.
But they were a lumber company.
And then CSX. Obviously not a lumber company.
Not a lumber company, but a lot of pulpwood.
Yeah, a lot of pulpwood.
So a lot of wood chips, a lot of pulpwood, a lot of Southeast had a lot of that.
Now, what's cool with the CSX is that's that like modern blue that you'll see on the locomotive. So completely fictional for a lumber car, but it looks cool.
But cool for your layout.
Yeah, it's like a white lumber car.
And McLeod River.
McLeod River.
This is a One of my favorite, you know, the little bear and the mountain logo.
Yeah, where is this?
This is Northern California.
Yes, yeah, they have a long history, like from the steam era, like lumber railroading.
Yep, big redwoods, that kind of area.
Oh yeah,
yeah, they had. And did they have their own one? No, they didn't have their own logos.
So there's logs in the car and then spilled out on your left.
Yep, ST38. Yeah, and they had SW8s or something with the weird boxes on top. They had like a whole. They were their own thing, and and then Andy has the logs dumping, which were air actuated.
I wish I had a video of this car because it's very interesting to watch the action. It shakes the car once the side drops down to get all the little bits and chunks out of there. So good marketing person would have put a video in here as well. Apologies.
Photos are good. They suffice.
Yeah.
They get the gist.
I suppose. All right, a Master O coming up. First of the Master O's. The Gunderson 60-foot high cube box car. What do we got with these guys?
Hold on. That's right. This is Matt's claim to fame. This is like our baby.
These are my favorite box cars in the whole wide world.
Yeah. So we were like, you know, the whole thing, the whole year of teasing, we were like, man, these guys love their Berwick cars.
Well, yeah.
We're cooking here. We have something better. And this is it. This is a much better box car.
Everybody went bananas over the Berwick cars, which the Berwicks, in their own respect, great detail on those cars. Beautiful, like, they're awesome cars. But they're not true modern 60-foot box cars that we see everywhere today. So this version that we're offering here, the Atlas Master O Gunderson 60-foot high cube, this is the true tried. You know, this is what you see on the railroads today, all over the place.
Car. Yeah, this is the box car.
This is like the box car of the 2010s, 2020s, even the 2000s.
Or like the T-box for short.
Yeah. So we have a BNSF example here with the swoosh lettering. Brown, but
boxcar brown.
Baby. Literally thousands of these style box cars are on the road today, like all over the place.
Since its master line has all the features of high fidelity that you'd come to love, the rotating bearing caps and the doors and all the hinges and
same level of detail.
They even smell like master cars. Oh my goodness.
Yep. And then we got CP, Canadian Pacific here. They got cool conspicuity stripes, little. They're not just yellow; they're red and white.
Oh, the dashes.
Like candy canes.
Yeah, the candy cane. That's
yeah. So they're unique, and it gives the red color gives a little pop to your consist. CSX own these cars as well. You got your big blue CSX version there.
Oh wait, I know the next one. Don't tell me.
And the next one is
I can say it. Northern Oklahoma Leasing.
Yes. You answered my question before I even asked it.
I knew it.
And I broke my own rule on the spreadsheet. I didn't spell out the abbreviation.
Well, it's funny because in the modern era, like it was just everything's short now. It's all like
my rail fan friends refer to it as NOCL lovingly.
NOCL
because it's fun to say.
Ooh, TTX.
Yeah. Then we have
this and the next one are the highly requested ones,
the TTX,
in my opinion.
This is the scheme that you see in every siding, every yard. There's one of these yellow and black high cubes sitting there.
When you say T-box, like this is a true T-box. Like that is
the reporting marks for these cars even became iconic to the
name. Yeah,
any 60-foot high cube rail fans see, they refer to as T-boxes.
It's like Band-Aid, like everything's Band-Aid. Yeah,
because of this paint scheme alone. This paint scheme is so prolific across the country that if people see these high cubes, they're like, "Oh, it's a T-box," no matter what paint scheme it really is.
Right, and this is definitely not region specific, but everywhere.
This is literally Canada, Mexico, United States, East Coast, West Coast,
you name it, it's there. But this is actually my favorite.
And then this is a rare one, but a real one. The TTX on track for a cure, very cool. Pink for their Susan B. Coleman. Donations that they do,
and it's October, so breast cancer awareness month. So it's very important to have this car in here.
Yeah,
and actually,
I noticed that this is the only one that has one car number because I assume there's only one of these. All the others are offered in 4 car numbers, correct? So you can build a little consist.
Yep, that's correct. And I know, if we didn't do 4 road numbers, we would be yelled at York because I think everybody's going to eat these up.
Yeah, but the cool note about the pink car is a portion of the proceeds actually go to the Susan J. Komen Foundation. So
Yeah.
Very cool tidbit for these cars.
Almost every time here at Atlas that we offer these pink cars, we donate to the cause.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We have a Union Pacific with the high road number.
And this is a highly requested one too. These Union Pacific cars, even though they're plain, they just stand out and they're cool. The high road numbers are...
Oh, okay.
You want to say it?
I was going to ask Andy. Hey, Andy, do you know why the road numbers are high?
I do, but I'm not going to talk about it.
Clever.
You can say it.
All right. So the high road numbers are basically a result of modern railroading and the things that modern railroaders have to deal with.
Artistes.
A lot of graffiti artists.
Yeah.
They'll paint the sill of the car, whatever they can reach without a ladder, they'll paint on. So railroads got a little frustrated with the reporting marks and numbers being covered up. So now they just moved it up way high on the car like that.
And it's interesting. Smart.
If they don't mess with the reporting marks or the numbers, generally they just leave it.
So if they do cover the report marks, the railroad almost paints over that graffiti instantaneously.
They have to, yeah.
But when the graffiti artist leaves a little clear area around the numbers, that graffiti can last years.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That is. All right, last car is another in the Collector Series bunch.
Collector Series bunch to go along with your Collector Series locomotive.
Whoa.
Now, is this the first map, if you will, car that you guys have done?
This is the first map car we've done in a long time.
In a while. Yeah.
So, inspiration for this came from, it's also not just America's 250th next year, but this year is Wheeling Lake Erie's 35th anniversary. So to celebrate that and to tag along with our Wheeling Lake Erie 1776 unit, we're offering this very attractive, classy-looking Wheeling Lake Erie anniversary car.
In their company colors.
With their company system map on the right-hand side of the car.
That is a really slick-looking car.
It is. It really is.
Cool.
So very unique, one time only, folks. So don't miss out on this one. This is the third of the Collector Series in this book, I believe, right?
That's correct.
Yes.
All right, cool. That is cool stuff right there. All right, so another master coming up. The 53-foot Evans plugged door boxcar. Is that correct? Yes.
Yep, that's right.
This is a cool looking car, and unlike the last one, we actually had samples of this to show. So speaking of that, Ross, are you bringing a sample of the Gunderson to York next week or not?
That is a great question. If I can find one, I'll certainly bring one.
Of the Gunderson?
Yeah. No, the this one.
Oh, yeah, we have these.
Yeah.
Well, the Gundersons too, because we didn't have images of the Gundersons.
So the Gunderson, that design is so new. Our factory couldn't get us a test shot in time for the catalog, but I'm hoping this week or next week we'll receive our first test shot in the mail, and Ross can show it off at York.
That's right.
Awesome.
So instead of being center beam guy, I can be Gunderson T-box guy.
You can be T-box guy.
Everyone literally calls me center beam guy.
You've been center beam guy for a year and a half.
I'm just like, whatever, that's my name. But anyway, you have your Gunderson boxcar. I have my Evans double plug door boxcar. And let me tell you all the reasons why mine is better than yours.
Go for it.
Okay. Number one, look at this cool Illinois Central Gulf X Evans box patch. Awesome. These are like bread and butter. Like, these are also very prolific boxcars, insulated.
Yeah.
If you will, since the plug doors.
I see. Bulk of these were actually patched in their life.
Yeah.
Not just pretty solid color.
Yeah. But they're cool. They're very cool cars. And colorful.
Colorful.
All right, so a leasing company for Cypress. What is Cypress?
Matt, what is Cypress? Please tell the class.
Cypress, they are,
I couldn't tell you.
I want to say they're a door company.
Yeah?
Yeah. I believe they are a door company because I did see them out on the West Coast.
I think this could be another write it down on a piece of paper and have a York tidbit moment, you know? That's a good question. And he's back to stumping us.
He is back to stumping us.
Apologies.
I can tell you what Tropicana is.
Even I know.
Yeah.
But why did Tropicana have these? Why did Tropicana have plug door boxcars that aren't refrigerated? It's crazy, right?
Well, if you were paying attention to the class at the beginning of the broadcast,
my gosh.
you would know it's for their cans.
For the cans. I'm testing you.
Yeah, what is this one? Quinault? Quinault? Is that how you pronounce that?
Quinault Pacific.
Quinault Pacific. That's a lumber company.
Lumber company, okay.
Lumber. Nice yellow.
And I believe Cypress is a part of Boise Cascade now. They're also lumber.
That makes sense. There you go. This is cool. Red, white, and blue.
Mixed agriculture.
For obvious needs, agricultural needs. And Virginia Central. That's a cool color, too.
I think both Wix and Virginia Central were food product cars. These cars are insulated.
That is what it sounds like. I like this one the best.
Yeah, it's a good looking car.
Yeah.
Plywood marketing. It's really fun.
I wonder what it carried.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I would probably also cans of plywood, maybe.
Yeah, but it makes sense. You don't want humidity in your plywood. No, you want that dry, temperature controlled, because then you're going to get wavy plywood. And I'm going to be very mad, like I do at Home Depot, and I take all the sheets out and leave it on the side. It.
Yeah.
All right, up next, Master O, 11,000 gallon tank car.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So this is quite the colorful offering. Actually, we have Airco carbon dioxide. That's a cool one. I'll let Andy get to it though, because I was too excited to.
Oh, yeah.
And there were different uses for this car.
Oh yeah,
this is a very utilitarian early tank car, such that it held water and different chemicals and whatnot, and also was used as a auxiliary water tender for the Royal Hudson in Canada.
Right.
Thank you.
Good to know.
Didn't know that one, did you?
Nope.
They're also a very diverse car with commodities. Originally designed for propane, but
which is odd for a car like this.
Post World War II, this is like the biggest tank, like the biggest. Yeah. And actually, the Hampshire Chemical one, that one is extremely toxic. What kind of acid was it again?
Oh,
hydrofluoric acid. Yep,
that's crazy.
So the red crosses on this car symbolize if this car derails, first responders stay far away from it.
Stay away.
Don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yep. We got a little data car there. Pannonia.
It's interesting. This is like a steam era, first gen, second gen.
It can be steam era, yeah.
It's like tank car, because we have, the modern cars are 27,000 gallons, 3,000.
Yeah. So these were late 40s, and then they served all the way up to like the 80s.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
But, again, utilitarian.
And then speaking of the 80s, this is a later scheme. I believe that was like a 1970 scheme. The PPG scheme you see there,
which will add to our line of PPG tank cars that we've been doing for a while. So
pretty colorful. They're nice.
I like the colors. Very neat. But Tenneco's got the flashiest, in my opinion. Oh, I guess Tenneco and Airco, but Tenneco's
Tenneco, yeah.
So we're more focused on Tenneco.
Tenneco one's cool.
Baby blue. For danger.
Yeah,
blue for
the baby blue is like, oh, I want to touch that.
You're like, I'm gonna want to see what's in there.
Yeah,
you don't want to see what's in there. This thing's that's methyl ethyl bad stuff.
That is bad stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
That is the.
What happened? Oh, his camera did it.
And I was told by.
All right, I've lost my mic.
This is a mineral
earphones. So
mineral company.
You guys can hear me nod vigorously.
Yep.
Okay, good. So I don't know why it went out, but it did. So we're at an accessory signal page, and it says new on here. So give me a hand signal when you finish talking about why it's new.
Oh, okay. Awesome. These are the hooded modern signals that we have available in NNHO.
Yeah, yep. Former BMA product.
We were heckled every train show we go to, bullied even.
Yes.
To make this signal in O-scale. And I'm pleased to tell you that with your 11,000 gallon tank car, you can also get a hooded modern signal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the modern market has just exploded in O-scale. We see it with our auto racks, our intermodal stuff. And as Ross said, we did get heckled and bullied. And, everybody said every time we need modern signals, because really in O-scale, you have Pennsylvania position signals, Type Gs, which are good for certain regions.
Yeah.
These hooded modern signals are virtually everywhere. Norfolk Southern, Union Pacific, all your major Class 1 railroads are using these modern signals now. So
very prolific. So now you add them to the collection, which will work with your Atlas signal accessories and whatnot. So these are pretty cool.
They're very cool. They're just like our HO ones, just blown up in scale. So they have high detail. Can't say enough about them.
And the different types, hooded modern single head left, single head right, double head left, double head right, and the bidirectional single head, as well as for those that want to build your own signal bridges and signals, there are also the heads only, which is a very, very heavily requested item. So we're glad to bring these, and hopefully, we get bullied about something else.
Yeah,
maybe
it works.
Well, that goes back to one of the things I've always said. If you see something that's missing in the marketplace and you reach out to the manufacturers, they'll listen. And Atlas does a great job of that. This is a perfect example of listening, and I can't wait to see these when they come out.
Yeah, same.
We'll make a nice little display for them and bring around.
There you go. Now, is this the board that runs all of that stuff?
This is the what is it? What was it called before?
The non-derail board.
This was the non-derail board, which actually did more than non-derail functions. But now this is the switch accessory module,
belovedly known as the SAM.
SAM.
So it's our USSR anti-air missile that we.
But it does a lot more. It does auto reversing, non-derailing for switches and whatnot. And this is a heavily requested board that's been out of stock for a long time. I'm talking to you people at York that kept bothering me about this. So it's in the catalog. It's available for pre-order. If you want one, please put your pre-orders in for this lovely SAM board, because it's very important that we get this.
Yes, and if you have double crossovers on your layout, this will make wiring a double crossover 100 times easier.
What is your favorite part of the SAM board?
Probably the big orange component.
My favorite part is that it's compatible with N, HO, and O scale. So this is actually an all scales accessory. I also do. The big orange part is a very
it makes notable, it look very important.
That's the notable feature, or the physical feature.
Seriously, it'll make wiring and working on your layout and reverse continuity, all those electrical nightmares that you face when you have double crossovers. This will simplify it in seconds.
And again, this is all scales that we offer here. So you'll see it in this catalog, but you also see it in the next catalog. So we're pretty happy about this.
Yeah. And then on the next page there, Andy, we got our figures, which these were former MTH figures.
Oh my.
You can see the motorcycle guys. They're kind of iconic.
Motorcycle guys.
And the Navy passengers. But we have some new ones never offered before by Atlas. And some old ones we're taking orders on again.
Yeah, so if you want passenger figures for your passenger cars or around your scenes and whatnot, here's your chance to get more.
Yeah. Saves you time from painting all these figures too.
Whoa. Oh me, oh my. What is that? Another boxcar here.
It's another boxcar.
Whoa.
This one's really cool. I think it's going to incentivize a bunch of people to sign up for the Golden Spike Club.
Wait a minute. So what you're saying is, I can read this whole catalog, but if I want this boxcar, I have to sign up for the Golden Spike Club to get this?
That's what I'm saying.
Whoa.
But signing up for the Golden Spike Club is not a thing to be negative about, because you get discounts with it and you get cool swag. I'll show you after we talk about this boxcar.
Swag, glass, hat, a multi-tool, which is actually, the multi-tool is really popular.
If you are, hardcore O scale or even casual guy,
I would say I am. Yes,
this is definitely worth. This Golden Spike Club is worth joining.
I think that was delightful. I will join.
Yeah, and Andy brought us back here so I could show off the swag. So not only do you get a 25% discount on the Golden Spike Club rolling stock, you also get to select an option of a hat. It's a nice hat, new era, Golden Spike Club.
It's a really nice hat. I wore it in England.
Yeah, multi-tool. Also a flashlight, and it has a bunch of screwdriver heads in it and has the classic Atlas logo on it. Mm-hmm. So if you're working on your Premier engines, your Atlas Master engines, screwdriver.
And then a pint glass for water.
Yeah.
Pint glass.
Or something else.
Or something else of your choosing.
Right.
Like orange.
Are we wearing that hat next week?
We could.
I think Andy should get.
I think Andy's going to get a hat. Yeah. But it is a really comfortable hat. And this comes with the membership of the Golden Spike Club, so you can pick whichever you want. And it's pretty cool. Yeah. And you have the option to to purchase a box car or the tank car down below, which is one of those handy dandy 11,000 gallon tank cars.
So the first Golden Spike Club offering of this catalog is the Veterans Day boxcar. This is based on real graffiti that Atlas manipulated a little bit. So it says "Thank a Vet" and "Happy Veterans Day" on it. Like I said, this is based on prototypical graffiti. There's a real car out there with Army men and bubble letters on it like that. So we tweaked it a little bit, made it more Atlas-like. And
that's really cool.
That's what the other side of this car looks like. Yeah. Atlas and Scooter.
So is that somebody's graffiti, or did you guys do that? The second.
So this is also based on prototypical graffiti. Obviously, the Atlas thing was tweaked.
Creative liberty.
So the moniker or bubble letters, whatever you want to call it, we tweaked. It did look actually very similar to Atlas on the real car.
Oh, okay.
And we got a lot of feedback. Graffiti cars are in.
Yes.
Especially modern graffiti cars. So we wanted to put it on our most modern freight car in the catalog, which was the T-Box or the Gunderson.
Oh, yeah. These T-Boxes are plastered with graffiti, whatever. So I thought, I saw these two graffiti pieces and I thought they were really cool. And they look great on the T-Box.
Yeah. Available for Golden Spike members only.
So, yeah, like Ross is saying, you got to join the Golden Spike Club, which, involves either emailing or calling Patricia.
7122.
The nicest person that works here at Atlas. You guys will not, have no fear calling Patricia.
I'm
She's
the
great.
Second nicest, but she is the nicest.
I'm the 42nd nicest.
But if you're not into box cars, or if you're in a different era, we have the 11,000 gallon tank car and Esotane Lehigh, which was cooking gas.
Which
pretty cool.
What makes this car worthy of being a Golden Spike car is basically it's a one-off. This was the only one of its kind. So it's numbered 500, and Esotane is it was a cooking oil car, and there was only one of them. And it also has something cool that I like, a geographical location on there. So under Lehigh, you can see it has Norwich, Connecticut.
Which is cool. I like cars that do that.
I love cars that have cities or states on them.
Right. Norwich is pretty neat.
Yeah, Norwich has good pizza.
It does have good pizza.
Connecticut.
And cooking oil.
And cooking oil. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, cooking oil.
We have our Atlas turntable on the next page. Item number 6999. So nice. What could go with your lovely roundhouse is a turntable. You got to spin your engine somehow. So get your hands on a turntable.
Yep. And then we have our existing signal products.
Yep. Which is some of the signals we were talking about earlier, the Type G, single head, and the Pensy position.
All really nice signals, by the way.
Very nice. And we will have some signals coming with us to York. I'm happy to say I just got the box today. So, and the modules that go with them will also be there. So pretty cool.
Show them off, because we're not just rolling stock and locos.
We are
track and accessories.
The model railroad company for your model railroad needs.
Yes.
Which leads us to track page and some buildings.
Hot diggity dog. Yeah. We have our 21st century nickel silver track for all your layout needs.
Indoor and outdoor.
Indoor and outdoor 2 and 3 rail. We should have more coming in stock later on in November. We love our track as does everyone else. So
yeah, super easy to work with.
Then we have our Golden Spike flyer on the back to give you some information on the Golden Spike Club. But other than that, I think this catalog closes November 26th. So get your pre-orders in before November 26th. November 26th.
Pre-orders are huge, folks. In this environment with the economy, with everything, we try to get those numbers in. It's critical to ensuring that the product gets produced. So get your pre-order in. Don't assume that the product will be available once it has shipped in stock with the dealers. It's probably going to be sold out. Certainly those collector series items will be gone. So don't hesitate to get your pre-order in. You got about a month to do that. All right, that was pretty awesome, guys. Was there any questions that jumped out at anybody? Don't know if Eric was paying attention or not.
There's somewhere in there. There's like a bunch. I saw a bunch come in. But yeah, as far as the pre-orders go, it's super important. They're not made like there's not 20 extra like there used to be. It might be one. It might literally just be one piece, if that. So it's very important to get those pre-orders in.
So anybody that's going to York next week, you'll be able to pick this book up when you're there. And if you are there, feel free to ask any questions. Ross will be there. I'll be there. We're looking forward to it. And maybe Ross will bring me one of those fancy hats.
For you, Andy, 2 hats.
A hat? Yeah, the hat. You gotta give me a hard question though.
Yeah.
Question for a hat.
Okay, we got a little.
I cannot read that.
Will the Premier Line cars use the newer 53? Yes, they will. Starting from this point onward. I actually talked to our supplier about that yesterday. He was a little confused on that, and I was like, "Yeah, we want to start implementing that on all the Premier 3 rail cars, at least the ones that receive roller bearing trucks."
Right. So, will we have a sample of that truck at York?
We will.
Yeah. We do.
At York, there will be a fully decorated one.
Okay. All right. Good to know.
A new one, Boston and Maine.
Yeah, I was gonna say as well as the 5344 box car. Yeah.
We'll have new samples of the 5344 at York.
Yep, brand new. Unless Cody takes it home. Yeah.
Gotta stop, Cody.
Yeah. Stop.
All righty, guys. Well, appreciate it. And again, folks, thanks for tuning in. Certainly, we appreciate all the support. Look forward to seeing folks next week and then further down the show season as well. And hope everybody has a great day. Thanks, guys.
All right. Thanks, Andy. Good talking to you.